Welcome back, still with RedDoorz Indonesia. So, Mr. Amit, the major growth of the hospitality industry coming from the budget hotel players in Indonesia currently. How do you grab the market?
Well, I don't think there's any shortcut to the fact that you have to meet each individual property owner separately and work with him or her for his individual property. So we have a large workforce who are actually just doing relationships with property owners.
Okay.
I think that's the starting point. I think then from a customer standpoint, you know, if you have a high repeat rate like us and you're offering good, decent accommodation, great prices, people do keep coming back. And I think overall, as the economy is doing well, you know, I think it's pretty good.
Okay, so how do you cooperate with budget airlines and also budget online transportation in Indonesia?
So we work with various partnerships with various brands, including budget airlines.
Yep.
And they're like fairly opportunistic in nature, because as a brand we like to be as independent and as appealing to everyone as possible, right? But time to time we make sure that we are giving offers to brand entry to the RedDoorz standard, which are targeted towards the younger folks, which are more on the affordable, not on the luxury segment, more daily use kind of brands. So we keep doing a lot of partnerships.
Okay, so based on the consumer profile in RedDoorz, currently actually like 24 to 29 years old, most of them are men and also last minute decision maker. So how do you grab more market in terms of the category?
So we have to be first of all available where these young people hang out, right?
Okay.
And if you look at it, like in Indonesia is the world's most engaged Instagram audience. So we would be, if you look at our advertising, we'll be there on Instagram for sure.
Yeah, Instagrammable.
Yes, absolutely. And we make sure that we are in wherever the youngsters kind of hang out, really. On social media, on YouTube, on the TV programming where what they watch, we are there, and also we make it very, very easy for them to make the decision from seeing to booking.
Okay.
So we take their permission, then we store the information. We know exactly their payment methods, and because most of them are repeat customers, it's just like a two-click kind of booking. And so we make it as simple as possible for us for them to make the reservation. And then we also have a loyalty program which we engage with them, so that they keep coming back to us. So that's the way we do it.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you see the big challenges in the hospitality industry in Indonesia?
All businesses are for challenges. Hospitality industry per se has got a lot of get affected a lot by the macro environments which are happening. Domestic tourism is more resilient, but if the macro environment is not positive, then all kinds of tourism activities, stay, accommodation gets affected. Thankfully, we don't see any of that happening. I think overall it's a much positive environment. A lot is happening on the global side, but most of it is very, very positive for Indonesia, overall for Southeast Asia. If there's a problem in, say, China or the US, which is like the hot topic, a lot of the investors from China start looking at investing in Southeast Asia, because that's great, right? Because that's an opportunity for people like us and others to have more access to capital. A lot more manufacturing is looking at being placed in these countries and in Indonesia. So I think overall it's very, very positive. I think the challenges is going to be that the industry will have to keep innovating all the time, because costs will become more and more important as countries become affluent, the cost of electricity, manpower, and so on, so it will keep rising. So more and more innovation on productivity will have to come to make the costs lower, and the customers to keep coming back, because they will not be satisfied with only an affordable product. They'll require a cooler product, a more automated product, and so on and so forth. And so yes, so it will be a continuous evolution for our business.
Innovation. So what are your innovations? Is there any innovation that you are going to create?
We've created a lot of innovation, right? So if you actually look at it, instead of one big bang innovation, we have like thousands of small innovations. For example, a pricing algorithm. How would you price a hotel room in an environment which is constantly changing? It's very dynamically pricing, right?
Yeah.
Is happening. How do you price that? So unless we use big data and machine learning, and yeah, absolutely, it's impossible to keep up. Manually, it cannot be done. And so if you want to optimize the real estate for our property owners, that technology has to be very, very powerful. We have an award-winning technology there called RedFox, which we use. But if you say what's the one thing, it is made of 1 million small components, each one trying to get better over a period of time. So we use technology right from knowing where to get the next batch of properties or hotels, to the pricing, to the way customers are interacting with us, to payments. Everything is fully automated through technology. So a lot of innovation, but also moving on, automated door locks, which can be opened by a key which is given through push notification. Room selection based on the 3D visualization of the floor plan. So lots in the cards, yeah.
Okay, and also online platform innovation, yeah, because we are currently in the fourth industrial revolution. We have to adapt in this revolution. So do you find a big competitors, or do you think that you were a main player in this industry?
So, there is no industry in the whole world where there is no competition.
Yep, right.
Including your industry, right? So the thing is that it's always good. Competition, it keeps us on our toes and keeps us moving healthy and fast. But it's in the fourth generation or fourth industrial revolution, as you're saying, here the faster fish will win, not the bigger fish. Right. And we think we are a very fast fish. We adapt quickly, we do stuff quickly, we fail quickly, we then get up quickly, and then move quickly. So the thing is that in our business and in many businesses, if the DNA of the company, even when we become bigger, remains of the faster fish, right? The competition we will not worry about them so much.
Okay, so in order to develop more business in Indonesia, you do some cooperation with many partners in Indonesia, including MNC. We will talk about that right after the break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.